You're right, guys. It's from our locals, and we've just got Ben here, who actually defeated pretty much everything with Deskbots. Came first. Only wanted to go 5-0. So, how do you feel about the deck?
It's not bad. It could be better, but for a Dollar Street do list, it's not bad. It's just mainly commons and rares, but it's cheap enough. It's fun to run. It can be about anything I've seen.
Alright, so we can just go right into it then,
Okay. Yeah. I just played number one.
Yeah.
The whole point behind him is just to get him in the graveyard. Beautiful card to just get out from tuners. Can be used over and over again and can always be used. Next I run number two, the life and soul of the deck almost. Allows me to add cards like base to hand, 4s, 3s that I want to get there. And it's just an all-round great card by boosting all the others by 500. It's also a great target for machine duplication. I run number 3s, also the main card of the deck. Allows me to special summon any Deskbot monster from the deck to the field. It can allow me to go for number 9, any OTKs that I want if I get the perfect hand. It's also a great target for machine duplication, which will come further. And then also on number 4s. These allow me to get over anything really. It can go up to, in this deck, 5,000 attack by its own effect, and that's just the base of it.
So pretty much nearly the heart and soul of the deck at the same time.
Yeah, it's a heart and soul of the deck. It can come into a lot of combos, taking down the opponent's field, but it's also extremely reliable from a deck. I run number 5, mainly just because I can then use it to summon out something like Nova into Infinity. It's also amazing for destroying spells and trap cards on the field. If my opponent's got one, I can just pop it. It's also great for targeting by effects, but I just play it as free just to also get the pendulum scale, just in case I need to back up combat.
Yeah.
I also run number 6, the other one of the set. It allows me to switch the position of a monster on the field, combo this with number 4 and playing another number 4 by its effect. I can switch number 4 into attack from the defense mode, and allows me to go for some insane damage on the opponent's side of the field. Even though we don't take damage, it can still clear the board easily. I just run 1-7 and 1-8. These are mainly in here for number 4, because then I can run over anything over 4,000 attack. But I also use them because of effects at times. Yeah. These are mainly late game cards if I know I'm playing. This one allows me to attack with piercing damage, which is always useful if my opponent's going to move something like Super Heavy Samurai. And this one allows me to attack twice. They also get the effects that they can gain 500 attack for every Deskbot in the graveyard, which late game you can get this up to 14,000 eventually with the card effects in the field. And it also it also means that I can only have my opponent target these cards with only the effects, whilst I control others. So they are great defense cards for stuff like 101 and others. I also won 1-9, useful in VOTKs. Sadly I didn't pull any off here, but they are always really useful to handle. The effect allows me to gain the attack of all other Deskbots on the field, but only it can attack, and it's not affected by cards or effects. Extremely useful card, really useful late game if you want to try and also make a move there. Only downside of it doesn't have piercing, so I would use it if my opponent's got full field. Empty field, like an OTK, it's amazing. Highest I've got this one up to so far is 17,000 attack direct.
So quite big.
It's a big card. I also run 3 Menko, the speedrun Menkos, because I just feel like it adds a bit of support to the deck. It allows me to go and switch my opponent's cards to defense, which allows me to go an extra turn without dying.
Yeah.
This has saved me so many times, but it also allows me to give material to go onto my Xyz, and it's synchro material as well. It's really useful in the deck because it also helps everything.
Because I think I remember like seeing at one point, like you did this, when someone come here to take your board,
Yeah,
it's like 3,000, and then you went no.
Yeah, it's the dick card of a deck because you can just stop anything. Your opponent prepares everything and then it just stops it. So I also love it for just them moves of it being just so rogue and out there.
Yep.
I also run one Genix Ali Birdman.
Yeah.
I run this alongside Deskbot 3 because like when I return it to my hand, you use 3 the next turn.
Yeah.
It's also a level 3 tuner, which allows me to go into higher level tuners for Deskbot base or anything as such. And it's also not got a bad attack, but it can be targeting any card on my field, so it is quite useful for playing the higher level cards in the deck.
Yeah.
I run 3 machine duplications.
Yeah.
Extremely useful in the deck as most cards only have 500 attack and 500 defense. Allows me to bring out almost 3 of any Deskbot that I want. I can play 3 number 4s, 3 number 3s, 3 number 2s. It allows me to get insane hand, +1s, +2s, insane damage in the field, OTKs. It doesn't work well alongside Deskbot base because base increases attack and defense by 500, but early in the game if you don't have base it's extremely useful. Most people run terraforming, but I just run 3 Deskbot base.
Okay.
I just think that running 3 Deskbot base is a bit more efficient than just running more cards in case your opponent decides to do something. Allows me to reshuffle Deskbots in my hand into my deck, draw the same number of cards. I just mainly use it for that effect. The last effect I didn't manage to use, but I would have loved to have done it. We're banishing 9 different Deskbots, shuffle everything on my opponent's side of the field, hand and graveyard into the deck. I would have loved to have done that just to ruin someone's day, but
Unfortunately, didn't see that.
I run 1 Twin Twister and 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. I'd love to run 3 Twin Twisters, but I just don't have the money or the luck to pull them out packs. They are quite cheap, but it's just pop 1 or pop 2 and it can put my cards into the graveyard for number 4. I run 1 Foolish Burial. This is mainly to get number 1 into the graveyard, so then with number 4 popping and bringing back out more monsters, I can also bring out number 1 by its effect. It also allows later game players like bringing out number 8 or number 7, so they get an extra 500 attack. So it is really useful card. I'd love to play more, but the band down to 1.
Down to 1.
So I would love to have done that. I run 1 Instant Fusion. This is just for Elder Entity Norden. Because
as it is for most these days, isn't it?
I would have loved to have done it for something else, but I just think that it works because everyone knows the effect of Norden. I can instantly bring anything out. I run a Dark Hole. I don't run Regekai because I just don't think it works as well. I want to destroy my field as well at times, because of card effects. It is useful, it saved me multiple games. If I've got a strong opponent that I can't even take out, this usually copes with it. Staple and Deskbots, I run 1 limited removal. Extremely useful with 14 Ks and clearing the field. Doubles 3 attack, enough said.
That's all you need to know.
I run 1 Vanities main. Just useful because against most meta decks like Cosmo, your opponent's going to be special summoning all the time. I think that it's useful because it doesn't stop me from it if I get rid of a card, which this deck usually does. So it is useful just to stop that 1 turn opponent. I run 1 Royal Decree main. I only run 4 trap cards in all. I just think that it stops your opponent from doing stuff with new Mirror Forces and Call of the Haunted and such. It does hinder me, but there's always ways to get around it. It doesn't do much for me, but it's there just to stop and to lock down. And I also run 2 Call of the Haunted. These are just to bring back 2s, any card that I need really. It's lethal. I don't know why I wouldn't run more. 2's just enough. 3 would, I'd say, just clog up the hand too much. And I've got really nothing else I can put into it.
Right, so I'm on to extra deck then.
As I said earlier, I won 1 Elder Entity Norden. This is just to bring back number 4. into an Xe later.
Yeah.
Extremely useful, extremely versatile, can be used almost anywhere. I run one Gachi. I would love to run Sky Cavaliers, but I just don't have the luck or money again.
Yeah.
It does a perfect effect of increasing the attack and defense of all the cards, and it's also got a nice defensive strategy in case I need to go into for defense.
Yeah.
I run one Castel.
Main staple of most decks.
It is a main staple of most decks, and it's a main staple of this deck.
Yeah.
Just currently destroying the field, gets rid of cards that are tedious to get rid of, cards that can't be destroyed by card effects, clears it and sets a way forward for me to crush the opponent. So I always run one.
Yeah.
I run one number 101.
Yeah.
This is just in case I need to take something down my opponent players and I've got something on my field to do it. Don't really go into it much, but it's there just in case.
You never know.
You never know, like, you know what the meta's like. I play one Nova and one Infinity. Nova's whole point is just to bring out Infinity, and which is quite simple in this deck because for all machines I can bring out 2 level 5 simple. Cyber Dragon Infinity is currently one of the top cards currently. It's dangerous, it's lethal, it can ruin times. Sadly I didn't play it because I just didn't feel the need to, but it's an amazing card. I won one Herald. Simple to bring out in this deck with number 1 and a number 3. Just allows me to negate the effects in case my opponent does something treacherous to me or decides to try and mow me down with something. Easy to bring out, simple to play. I play one Stardust Spark Warrior. Recent addition to my deck. I use it for a +1 in my hand, but it's also really useful against most people because a lot of people are special summoning. It can attack all my opponent's special summon monsters once per turn, which makes it extremely lethal for them lower ranks or special summon monsters and clears the field everywhere. I run one Naturia Barkion.
A freaking Ghost Ray as well.
It's the nicest card. Trap cards just in case they somehow play them. Banish 2. I have a lot of cards in my grave with this deck, so it's quite useful. Nice attack as well, easy to play. I play one Goyo Guardian. This is to take over any powerful cards that I think I might need. Also useful for Synchro material and Xe material if I need any. Opponent might have something like level 4 that I need in order to play. I can take it over and just play this. I play one Ancient Pixie Dragon. It's not played much, but it's there in case I just decide to activate field spells. It's also there just as a level 7 to play, because this deck has quite a wide range of cards that you can play easily. So it's just there for defense. Black Rose, Panic Mode, as I call it.
You always need it.
I always run it, it's a nice staple. Really useful, destroys everything. So I always run it just in case I somehow get in a panic or just know where to counter. One Stardust Dragon. I would run something else, but I can't think of anything. Useful to negate effects, can stop my opponent from using stuff. Wonderful attack, easy enough to play with either my Birdman or number 1, so it's really easy to play in this deck. I play one Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Really useful against people nowadays as the meta's all about special summoning. I can destroy all of them with less attack. It's useful, it's amazing, high attack, high enough defense, it can take out all that. And last but not least, one Deskbot Jet. Staple of the deck because of Deskbots. Can be used as an idea for Deskbot base against attack and defense equal to number of Deskbots. Allows me to get any Deskbot that I don't have in my hand that I need, and also allows me to clear the field as well.
Okay. Right, so that's everything, yeah? No sideboard or anything?
Yes, I'm on the sideboard.
Quick sideboard.
2 Forbidden Lance, just in case my opponent's playing something powerful and dangerous. 2 Trap Stun in case I need to stop trap cards and effects. Multiple Destruction, useful if my opponent's trying to draw a lot of cards. Allows me to bring back down the hand to 5. 2 Mind Crush, in case my opponent starts adding cards to hand. Mask Restrict, extremely useful
Yeah.
in this meta currently. Doesn't hinder this deck as most of my cards are special summoned. None are normal or tributed.
Tributed, yeah.
Soul Release, in case I need to banish stuff. Haven't had a use for it yet, but so it's useful. One deck lockdown.
Oh, okay.
Really useful card in case my opponent's adding cards to their hand without drawing. It's beautiful. I love the use of it. It's only for 2 turns, but 2 turns is all that I need.
Yep.
And one compulse.
One compulse.
Staple because well, opponents. It's helped me out a lot this game, so it does help a lot.
Okay, so thanks for doing that, Ben. Like, congratulations on winning as well.
Thank you.
And you actually beat Cosmo with this, believe it or not.
That's a fun game.
Yeah. Right, so if you like any other videos like this, guys, just check out our channel and be sure to check back next time.